Welcome back to AttractPassion, my friends. Today we have a very interesting topic to talk about, as many of you feel the world is going through turbulent times, the society is going through turbulent times, many chaotic things are happening in the world, and it may be quite stressful and overwhelming for many people, but on the grand scale, there's an explanation of what's happening. So, doesn't matter how chaotic this present phase may be, I just want to let you know that you can still win, my friend. Whatever you're working on, whatever you're going through, you will win at the end of this chapter. So, before we start, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and when you're ready, we can go on. Elizabeth Gilbert once wrote that the Hopi Indians thought that the world's religions each contained one spiritual thread, and that these threads are always seeking each other, wanting to join. When all the threads are finally woven together, they will form a rope that will pull us out of this dark cycle of history and into the next realm. If we study the Hopi prophecy, for example, there were 3 catalytic events that ended each 2,160-year-old long Earth cycle. And we are right now ending the 4th one. And for example, in the book Meditations with the Hopi, scholar Robert Boiser wrote about all these different catalytic events that happened in the past. So Earth is moving through zodiac cycles. One full cycle takes about 2,160 years, according to modern satellites. It takes us 72 years to pass through 1 degree of the zodiac, and there is 30 degrees of the zodiac. So here's why it is important. Well, the first world, according to Hopi prophecy, was destroyed with earthquakes and sinking of continents. The second world was destroyed with earth covered in ice. The third world was destroyed with great flood, and many of us have heard about its stories also in the Bible. And the fourth world, this is the one that is ending right now. This is our timeline right now. This one is ending right now. In Hinduism, from Sanskrit, this was known as the Kali Yuga phase, or the Dark Age. The fundamental blueprint of Pisces, 2 fish swimming in opposite direction, usually expressed itself in a continual need to divide and conquer, separate and study, split east and west, body and soul, male and female, yin and yang, the left brain from the right brain, the intuitive from the intellectual. And here comes the 5th world, the age of Aquarius, the golden age. You've heard about this, right? So why does it all matter? Well, the age of Pisces started around 2,160 years ago, which means that we are in the 1st degree of the age of Aquarius. And it matters because as the Earth is moving through these major cycles, as Hopi people predicted, every time the Earth moves into, let's say, a new chapter, it means that changes will be visible in the collective consciousness, changes will be visible in the weather, huge weather changes will be happening, changes will be visible in the government systems, and what needs to come out will come out. The age of Aquarius is the age of truth. So everything that was hidden beneath the surface will come onto the surface, because it's the process of purification. Purification needs to take place in order for the new age to begin properly and the consciousness can completely awaken to its fundamental level, where everyone awakens to his or her psychic abilities, intuitive senses, and deeper connection to the essence, to the source, where all of us find out that actually we're all here together. We're all here a part of this web of life. So yesterday I wrote for you that most of your old life is breaking down so the best you can emerge. It may be stressful right now, but follow the joy and excitement. Yesterday we had a powerful new moon. So if you're watching this video on 12th of January, it was yesterday. If you will be watching it later, on 11th of January we had a powerful new moon on 111. And this powerful new moon actually initiated this process of purification. So many of you are feeling like you're going through a very stressful time, like the things that kind of worked out in the past are not working out anymore, because a lot of shadow side of you needs to come to the surface, so you can recognize the patterns that are causing the chaotic phases or things in your life. Like, for example, somebody just wrote like, I was always a hero for others, but I often forgotten about myself. And this is happening to many people who tend to be more positive and more maybe introverted and more sensitive, because you like to help others, to uplift others, but you often, because of that, forget about yourself. You forget to set boundaries and your no muscle is not strong enough. Well, this is the time where you actually start taking care of yourself more. You start building this no muscle, and you become more familiar with these unconscious patterns, unconscious beliefs, and choices you've been making in your daily basis that made your life how it is right now. Many of these beliefs are outdated and need to be replaced with new ones, more constructive ones, healthier ones, when it comes to finances, when it comes to health, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to your future self. You need to re-examine all of that and recognize what needs to be replaced with the new one. So this is quite chaotic phase for many of us, but the whole year of 2024 will be an invitation to allow ourselves to feel all the possible fear and pain only, so we can become more familiar with the missing links that have been always present within ourselves, the lack of understanding, of whatever kind of understanding you've been seeking for, like why your relationships are always like that, why you're always hurting, or why something goes well for a certain period of time and then it stops going well. All of that will become familiar to you, and clarity will take place, because this is the time for clarity to emerge. This is the time for light to be turned on in dark places. But in order to feel pleasant, we firstly need to feel unpleasant. We firstly need to go through all these challenging times, so we can, like I said, re-examine ourselves and recondition ourselves and reprogram ourselves into healthier versions of being. So, a very powerful time, my friends. Actually, very exciting times. In alchemy, there are three phases: the black phase, the white phase, and the red phase. The black phase symbolizes decomposition and chaos, and many people may find themselves in the black phase right now. Actually, the collective society is in decomposition and chaos in the black phase. So, it's the reason for the mental breakdown, for all the chaos that we are seeing, wars that are happening. But the black phase always leads itself into a white phase. White phase represents purification and renewal. That's where we need to recognize our values. We need to choose wisely what truly matters to us. So it's not so much a collective choice, that it is a personal, individual choice. Because when a personal, individual choice becomes inspired by the truth, becomes inspired by something bigger, like, for example, love for your neighbors, love for health, love for abundance, love for freedom, then it will encourage collective to look up for similar values. And it leads into the white phase, which represents purification. So we can let go of the old patterns and start writing new ones. This is the phase of reprogramming and recalibration. And this phase then leads into practicing, into examining, into trials of building up new habits for ourselves. And that leads into the red phase. Red phase signifies perfection and the attainment of the, in alchemy called the Philosopher's Stone, which was also known as the master of spiritual enlightenment and inner transformation. This is a really powerful process because you've experienced it before. You've decided that you will change something in your life. You've started doing it. You've started consistently doing it until at some point you become really good at it. And if you've continued doing it, you've kind of mastered that thing, and that is the crystallization of whatever you've started a long time ago. Now it's not just crystallization of one habit. Now it's a crystallization of a new human being that is taking place. A new human being that is grounded in truth, grounded in its essence, knowing who we are and knowing why we are here. We are here to evolve as consciousness, to evolve as intelligence, as a family of individual intelligent beings, creatures, that can only completely evolve once all of us get ourselves into such a coherent state that we don't fight with one another anymore, we don't compete with one another anymore. We actually bring our best qualities to the table, and then each of us can share what we have to offer. And therefore, each of us brings something unique. And that's what makes us strong, right? So currently we are in this beginning of the age of Aquarius, and that's why a great awakening is happening. A great awakening is happening. And many of you feel this awakening because you're feeling the split in your family. Maybe you're feeling the split in old circles. You're recognizing some people are awakened, some people are still asleep, and it's kind of hard to function together. It's kind of hard to establish any conversation because some people are protecting their belief systems and you may just know the truth, so you don't want to interact with that. They're not willing to open up, to be open-minded, and it's almost impossible to talk with those kind of people. So you rather separate yourself and find your circle. And that split is happening globally on many different levels. So the most important thing we need to know right now is to be really content with ourselves. Because for many of us, many parts of us are dying. Many parts of us are outdated and falling apart in different aspects. What we've been doing before is not working anymore. What we've been thinking before is not so much relatable. Like, we're recognizing this is a whole new time. And we truly need to recognize that it's time to embody more inner peace. It's time to practice acts of service, right? It's time to plug ourselves to higher frequencies such as gratitude. Practice gratitude, follow joy, follow excitement, recognize what excites you. finding more of the things you're passionate about, learning new skills, surrounding yourself with love, and staying true to what you're saying, staying true to what you're deciding to do. It's not always easy because of our old habits and old patterns. But we need to decide, right? That's how we program ourselves into being a new self. And we experience in that process many roadblocks, and many fears are coming up, like fear of losing security, fear of failure, fear of being judged. And all that can really help you to go through it is to do it anyway. And to feel this fear and acknowledge it and recognize where it is coming from. Maybe where do you feel it? Because as much as it may be psychological, it's also physical, it's biological, it's a chemistry in your body. So when you feel any type of a fear, not with an attitude of reacting to it, but rather observing it, you're now paying attention to it. You're now listening your body. And when you listen your body will open up to you. It will become vulnerable. Body is like an animal, and fear was this protective mechanism for an animal to be safe. But now as you're becoming more conscious, you're not just animal anymore. Now you're becoming divine. Now you're becoming divine presence in this animal. You're becoming conscious of yourself, having your body as a vehicle. So you're basically purifying this vehicle of yours from toxicity that's not serving you anymore. So you're releasing this old chemistry by feeling it, by paying attention to it. Each emotion is frequency, and frequency is carrying information. When you pay more attention to whatever you feel, you will release it, and through release you will experience certain thoughts that have been stored in this memory, in this emotion. And these memories come to you as sensations of deep closures and realizations that transforms into wisdom. They make you wiser, and this information will make you feel inspired to make better choices. You will make better choices, and better choices will lead you into a better life. And because you will start to see byproducts of your new choices, it will only encourage you to make more better choices, and more better choices will lead you into a better life. And that's how you're slowly leaving your past behind, and you're embodying more and more and more of the present moment. That is just a continuation of the present moment. So when you're looking into the future, you're looking into the potential of what may be or will be out of what you do today. And through the continuations of moments, you're getting where you're intending to go. That's why this new age of Aquarius is requiring from you to have a vision for the life you want to live, to have a vision for the society, to have a vision for the new world that will be something to be inspired by, something to fall in love with. So every time you still fall into the old patterns, you can call up that vision and remember why you're doing the work. So my friend, know that you're not alone on this journey. There's many of us doing the work, and every time you're doing it, you're feeling the vibe of all of us. There's the frequency that's getting stronger and stronger, the frequency of inspiration for a new life, the frequency of love for a new life, the frequency of courage for a new life. And every time you become it, you're manifesting it. Every time you become it, you're attracting it towards yourself. So become more of that new self and less of the old self. When you practice being that new you within an inner peace, when you're serving to your circle, to your community, to whatever you resonate with, you're becoming more of the new self. When you're doing more of what you're passionate about, when you're nurturing your good qualities and taking care of your weaknesses, not escaping them, but shaping them, you're becoming a new self. When you're doing more of what you love, you're becoming the new self. When you're loving yourself more and accepting yourself more, you're becoming a new self. You're doing something that was never done before in your body, and therefore you're becoming a new body, right? A new self. And for that, my friend, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of all of you. I love you all, my friends. So I hope you found a great value in today's video. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. I hope you've enjoyed in today's painting as well. I'm a visionary artist, so you can find many of my work on our Etsy store. I Draw My Passion. If any of it resonates with you, it's a sign that it has something to say to you. So feel free to check it out, and if you feel called, you can buy any of it. It's all there. So thank you so much, and don't forget to check out our Instagram page, AttractPassion, where you can find daily inspiration, daily messages to uplift your spirit. And my second Instagram page, I Draw My Passion, where you can find my art gallery. Check it out. See you there. Until next time, one love.